So let's do Kundalini awakening. So part of the union is a Kundalini awakening, and I've never experienced anything like it in my life. And it feels like, the only thing I can explain it, so the Kundalini sits at the base and then obviously starts to awaken, and the coil starts to open up and it goes through all your chakras, and then it gets to the crown, and then it, awakening and enlightenment. Before it gets there, it goes through all your chakras and sort of like, I think cleanses them out a little bit, but obviously it doesn't feel like that. Trust me, it doesn't. And then on top of that, you've got people attacking you. On top of that, you've got people trying to attach things to you. So, and then you've got your twin is trying to pull on your energy to try and heal as quick as they can, because obviously they're miles behind you. So you've got a lot going on. And then so the Kundalini itself is obviously cleansing and purifying the system, and obviously the nervous system as well. Now, in reality, I would be eating better, but obviously because I had to get out of my home, I'm not making my own food. I'll be on salads and soups and stuff like that, and on shakes, protein shakes, but I'm not really on that. And obviously I've got to be mindful of the food here, because they do put stuff in it, especially when you find hairs and things like that. Trust me, that's like witchcraft. So you do have to be careful, and even water. And sometimes they don't have to put stuff in it, they just chant over it. So you have to be really mindful. And like today, spreading my toast, and there's like entities everywhere. So you just now got to be mindful. I mean, obviously not everyone sees what I see, so and obviously that you have to. And I've learned so much about why people bless their food before they eat it. And if I had my home and stuff, I'd be definitely doing some of the things I've definitely learnt along the way. The reason why I haven't sort of found a base yet is because the things that these energies do, and including my home as well, they send so much dark energy that it actually does affect the buildings. It does. And like I've always say in my prayer, only God can solve this. Only God can. Only God can put a stop to this. Now, how he's going to do it and what happens to these people going forward, who knows? But we know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, and in the end, he just got rid. So I don't know how he's going to do it, but I do believe that only God can cleanse this out. And if you look at Genesis, he had a covenant with Noah, and he said he would never destroy the planet with water again. So I don't know how he's going to do it, but something's got to give, because they steal energy, they jump into people's vessels, and they don't respect any spiritual law, any universal law. They don't respect God's law. They infiltrate themselves in man's law, so that they're in every aspect of man's law, so that they can do what they like and just abuse their positions of power. Not all, but most of them have. And I don't really know how God's going to fix it. But I would say that when you look around the world and these judges are losing their jobs, that's the start, isn't it? At least the start of clean-up is happening. And some righteous people are now on the ground trying to fix it. But, if you look around and you look at who's got jobs, it's the same people. And probably from the same lineage, family. They're just all, they've just like, it's a monopoly. And everybody else has been pushed out so that they take everything, including stealing inheritances and trust funds and, birthrights and stuff like that. So it's only God that can fix it with the righteous people. And obviously I got attacked for telling the truth, didn't I? But I actually take that as a blessing, because you don't attack somebody for telling the truth, and the only thing there is confirmation of the truth. So I digress. So the Kundalini is going on and on and on, and just imagine there's like something that's like constantly spitting out stuff. It's like a snake, but as it's doing it, it's purifying your body. So although it's not comfortable, there's a reason why it's doing it, and that's to, one, allow your body to energetically align and ascend, but also to cleanse out the impurities. Obviously I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs and stuff like that, which I think that they're trying to put in my food in some cases, and obviously mess with my water to sort of like mess with my energy. And obviously then they come and try and mess with my energy by creating energetic challenges. But obviously I surrendered that. That's not my fight. This whole battle is not my fight. One person cannot be expected to fight a whole mass of people. I mean, it's just totally imbalanced. So I surrendered that, and that's a spiritual fight. I think what people have misinterpreted, they've brought a spiritual warfare into the physical, so they've created their own evidence physically. Had they've left it in the spiritual realm, probably people wouldn't have known. And had they've left me in my house, left me in my job and stopped blocking me, left me doing what I was doing in my car and leaving me with a little bit of like side hustle with my YouTube channels and my coaching and stuff like that, none of this would have happened, because no one would have known, and everything would have just carried on the way it was. But someone went too far with it. So obviously I had a Kundalini awakening on top of the spiritual awakening, but the Kundalini awakenings is what the unions go through. So that's a bit of a challenge. But yeah, it's all interesting stuff. And obviously I'm going to go again because they're messing with the phone and they're trying to draw energy. It's so boring. Honestly, you think they've got better things to do. These energies, these entities, it's just so boring. And the sooner God sorts it out, the better, and he decides where they're going and what they're going to do. I just think it's better for the planet, really, because I don't see what value they actually add. They can't survive without other people's energy, and they can't survive without other people's money. So what else do they actually offer the planet? And they don't actually use the money to help others. They use it just for their own little collective, and they try and remove everybody else. So I don't really see what the value is on the planet, personally. And so I hope that, when God figures it out and gets rid, the better. Anyway, I'm gonna go.